welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology show for the not-so-geeky. I'm Heather Driscoll.
And I'm Ben Friedman, and today on the show, oh my God, iPhone 4! Ah! iPhone 4! Ah! I waited and waited and waited. Do you know where I got this iPhone?
No.
Okay, first of all, let me dispel the myths that, everyone thinks that Apple sends us all this stuff. And, they sent us a couple things, a couple of iPods in the past and such. Not going to send us an iPhone. I was in Hermosa Beach on a shoot.
Look at you.
Yeah. And
fancy.
on the day that AT&T came out with these, and we had to buy them at AT&T because we're on a business plan.
Okay.
If you're on a business plan, you can't buy them at the Apple Store.
Right.
So I went there at 5 in the morning thinking, oh, it's AT&T. It's already been out a couple of days. No problem.
You would.
There's already like 30 people in line.
Were you in your jammies? You're fully dressed, 5?
I was fully dressed because I had to go out to the shoot like 2 hours later.
Right.
The call at the shoot was 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The store opened at 7. So I ended up not getting there in time, but they gave me a rain check and they said they were expecting a shipment in at noon.
Okay.
So I waited for 2 hours. 7 o'clock the store opened. I got my rain check.
Did you have breakfast before? I mean, are we having like an egg McMuffin and then,
there was a Starbucks in the same strip mall. So I went to Starbucks.
I would have played this differently. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So now you're back?
Now I'm back, and I've got an iPhone 4, and here it is, and it's beautiful and lovely, and I'm not sure why I waited 4 hours for it, but here it is. It's
now Ben can sleep peacefully at night.
Yes, look, there is the beautiful screen of the iPhone 4. Now you've had a look at the iPhone 4. What do you think?
So I have the 3G. So I don't.
There's your 3G right there.
I have it. Yeah.
Yes.
And I love it.
And can you hold them both up just so folks can see a little higher, maybe? There we go.
Yeah. How about that?
Perfect.
We can do a little dance.
Wonderful.
So just aesthetically speaking, they're very different. I wouldn't necessarily know that this was the next generation of this phone.
No,
it's very boxy.
I think they've gone it's like anti-woman now. The old one is like feminine and curved and
it is beautiful. A little more smooth.
This one's like hard and boxy and very square.
It is very square. It's very square. I actually don't love the way it feels in my hand, and I know that's not the #1 thing you look for when purchasing a smartphone.
Where else does your phone sit if not in your hand most of the time? It's important that it feels good in your hand.
And it doesn't. This feels a little funny to me. I know
sharp.
you love it, but to me, I actually prefer the older Flintstone model.
Yeah.
This is a little chunky. And it's a bit heavier.
It is a little bit heavier. It's a bit chunkier and such. What I like about it, what does it for me, 2 things. First of all, incredible screen. Now you're not gonna really tell from here because you're seeing a video of a video and what have you. But the screen, oh, there it is. I should actually flick it to vibrate in case somebody calls right now. Don't call us.
Steve Jobs is calling. Excuse me.
The screen on it is beautiful. Would you not agree?
No, it's fantastic.
Very high resolution screen.
It's clear, and not that the older iPhones are fuzzy, but when you're reading, if you're scrolling on a website, etc.,
right,
email, it's clear.
The old screens were good. The new screens are incredible. Really
good, but this one is stellar.
And the other thing I love about this is the camera. I used to carry around this and a little Canon pocket camera.
Right.
Don't need the pocket camera anymore. Now it's not as good as an SLR because it doesn't have a zoom and all that kind of stuff. If you want to take really good pictures, you still need the big 5-pound camera. But if you're just a walking around camera, this thing is great. I'm going to throw up a few photos here while we're talking. Of some of the photos that I took, just a couple of them.
I was amazed actually by the picture quality of those. It was nothing in comparison to any other smartphone that I've used. I mean, this looks like a camera.
Here's something that you cannot do with your iPhone 3G. Ta-da! It stands up now. Look at that.
Where Ben is going to use this feature, I'm not sure.
On this show right now.
But clearly, this is a conversation starter. I mean, if you're on a really dull date, excuse me, did you know my phone has a flat bottom? And then you can just start talking about that.
Yes, flat bottoms are a great conversation starter. You didn't like the feel. What else?
I didn't like the feel of it. Obviously, there's been the signal strength antenna problem.
Did you find this issue? Have you seen it?
I haven't used it, so I don't have one. So I have not personally experienced this, but obviously that's kind of been the big to-do from the beginning.
It is, and I don't know. You know what? What you're talking about? I don't know if we're not going to be able to zoom in on this enough. But right now I'm at 5 bars. But if I grab this phone by the bottom, and I usually don't hold it this way. I'll show you how I hold it in a second.
Okay.
But if I hold it like this, you can start to see that within a couple of seconds, you actually start losing bars.
Signal strength.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to be able to zoom in enough for you to see it. Okay, now I'm down at 4. Just by standing here, 3. So just by standing here holding this, I can see the bars drop. Now, I find when I hold this to my phone, I use this grip. I use the bridge.
Okay.
It's the bridge grip. Here I am talking on the phone like this.
I don't know. I hold it in my. I do.
You cup the bottom?
Yeah, I think iPhones in general. are very slippery. And this one is extremely slippery, I have to say. But they both are. And without a case, you know, the chances of dropping this.
So basically, I use the bridge technique, whereas Heather likes
just
to
the full hand.
cup the slippery flat bottom.
The full hand. Come on now. So I think as far as just holding the phone, it's not as comfortable. It's very slippery. And then if I'm sitting there on a call and I'm worried about losing signal strength,
yeah, that's
you
true.
know, I'm not sure if
That's Steve Jobs' answer: get a case.
You know,
buy a case. Sure.
A lot of people are buying cases anyway, so sure, that's a short-term
but it's
solution.
an extra $20 or $30 or whatever for a case. That adds to the price of the phone.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so that's the iPhone 4. Now, we're not going to go into a big technical review because that's done to death. But basically, I love the screen and the camera.
It comes in white.
Comes in white and black.
Yes. White and black.
Yeah, the black one. White, we haven't seen the white one yet.
No.
Still not in stock yet.
Okay.
But we have the black one.
Yeah.
And your biggest gripes were that it's not very comfortable.
Not very comfortable. Worried about signal strength. Obviously, the camera is fantastic. Really, really fantastic.
Indeed. And we've got another segment coming up right after this video. So please stay tuned. And we're back, and in the second segment today, we are going to be looking at a couple of what I'm sure will be 100 different iPad cases that we get over the course of the next year as more and more companies come out with stuff for the iPad. So yeah, here we have said iPad.
You love it.
You know, my mother-in-law just got one.
Wowza.
Yeah, and you know what, my mother-in-law, God, I love her. So it's got if she's watching this, I love you, Mom. But she has this thing where until she understands something, she hates it, and then the moment she like figures it out, she loves it.
The light bulb goes on.
She says she wants an iPad. We buy an iPad, and for like the first few hours, she's like, "What do you have to do this for? You have to swipe that? Why do you have to do that? I can't believe you have to do it this way and that way." And then all of a sudden, like it clicks in her head, and she's, "Oh, can't live
best thing ever, right?
Yeah.
It's now the Bible.
Anyone who likes that? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. No.
So the first of the cases we're going to look at, and is this. This is called the Marware EcoFlip.
Right. This is real leather.
It is real leather.
Genuine leather.
Yeah, and in fact, you know what? They call this, the reason they call it the EcoFlip, I'm going to stick it in here and you put this tab in.
It's got kind of a suede insert. This is a fancy case.
It smells good. Did you smell
it?
it?
I know, I did.
You like the smell?
I always do.
I love
always
the smell
do. It's like a new car.
So they call this, the reason it's called the EcoFlip is because they call this like environmentally friendly leather. Which I don't know, what does that mean?
Just after green cows provide this.
I think what happens is after they kill the cow, they feel bad about it. And, you know, they're like, there's a little guilt.
Oh, no.
And that's why.
So it's eco-friendly. Yeah, I'm not sure. If it's genuine leather, that's a new thing.
It is genuine leather, but I think
feels great.
It's like the tanning process doesn't use any harsh chemicals.
Okay. All right. I'm into it.
I don't know.
I'm into it.
Okay. So this, again, very nice. Even when it's closed like that, doesn't it just feel nice?
It feels really, really nice.
Yeah.
It feels really expensive, actually, for what this is.
Well, it's not cheap. How much was it?
I think this one's about $45.
Yeah, $45. So it's not the cheapest case in the world.
Not the cheapest, but it's a large case. It's a piece. I mean, this is
more expensive than the Apple one that you've seen.
Correct. Yeah. But I think this is actually nicer.
Yeah. Oh, it's much nicer. Yeah, that one's just like
feels very sturdy, very expensive.
Now it has basically 3 modes of operation. Right. Mode 1 is the vertical stand.
So when would you be using this?
This is like the Kama Sutra of iPad. It's like all the different positions you can put them in.
Okay, so this one only has 3.
This one only has 3.
That's it. So what would you be using the vertical mode for?
I think this is sort of like if you're, I don't know, it's a document mode, right? Okay. This is sort of web page, document, reading something, you want to read something. If you're typing something, you want to transcribe. Okay. This one does not have the movie mode. That's why you put it this way, right?
See, I would want that mode.
I know.
I would want the cinema mode.
Yeah, cinema. I like that better than movie
mode. Right?
You're way better at branding than I am.
What are you going to do?
But it does have 2 other modes.
Okay.
It has the tabletop. It has a little thing here.
Sure, for the stand.
This is the typing mode.
Okay, that's perfect.
Where you can type on it like so.
Perfect.
And then it also has the handheld mode, where you can stick your hand in like so.
Make it as one.
And now, and I thought this was going to be kind of weird to use, but try and give it a try.
I thought it felt nice, actually.
Yeah.
This feels good.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
And you know what's odd? I'm left-handed. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed.
I'm left-handed, but I still put it on my left hand and I still type with my right.
How odd.
Even though I write with my
How
left.
odd. You're ambidextrous.
You know what this would be great for? Someone should come up with an iPad game that's the equivalent of that, throwing the Velcro ball that you catch on the pad. We can just stand here.
Okay.
Hey, catch!
Right.
And
Another show.
Virtually.
Another show. We make that up. But actually, it's very comfortable. It doesn't feel too heavy.
No.
So I could see you using this, and then if you want to use it for a presentation demonstration,
right.
It's perfect.
So the only thing that stops this from being perfect is no movie mode. Or I'm sorry, what did you call it?
The cinema mode.
Cinema mode.
The cinema mode, which
No
I would actually think would be one of the more popular uses for a case
right.
if I'm using the iPad. So
Allow
that's
me
my con there.
So that is the Marware Eco Flip.
$45.
Eco leather.
Always into that.
Yes. Now this is by a company called ZooGue.
Right.
Is that right?
It is.
ZooGue. This is called the ZooGue Smart Case. So again, it's actually, I think it actually is leather, but it's definitely it doesn't have that
Doesn't
quality.
smell like eco leather to me.
It's not eco leather.
Well, I don't
no
know
eco.
then.
There's no eco in this leather.
No. But this is a smart case, so this has, how many functions are we talking about here?
Okay, so first, of course, that's your basic protection right there. Then,
in case you drop it.
now here's what, and my wife loves this with the kids.
Okay.
This one has a stand, let's see if I can show this off here. It pops out like so.
Yeah.
And because of that, you can actually put this at any angle. So here's your cinema mode right there.
Perfect.
Okay. But if you're watching a little closer, you can adjust the angle to more like that.
I like that when you're on an airplane.
Right? This is exactly, that's like airplane mode is maybe down here. If you want to go all the way back here, now you're into sort of more like the typing mode again.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're doing real work.
Yeah. Okay. So you can see that this thing has this Velcro on the back, and it will therefore go at any angle.
This one's pretty functional,
yeah,
I have to
very
say.
Functional.
I can see why she likes this one too.
Yeah, there it is at a much higher angle.
And this one's almost the same price as the earlier. This is about $50.
Yeah. Now, it also has one other mode that is a bit more obscure, but it's got this elastic strap right here, and what you do with this is you pop this off here like so.
And it's a fanny pack.
Maybe for your waist, not mine.
I'm just kidding.
You know, that's a great idea though.
Right?
You could put this on a fanny pack, and you could send nasty messages to people behind you.
It's smart.
Like, stay the heck away, or stay back 10 feet, or what are you looking at? Or take a picture, it'll last longer.
Dodgers suck, whatever. Doesn't matter.
We're alienating a part of our audience again.
What are you going to do? So what do we use this for? In actuality,
this actually is supposed to go on the back of your headrest in the car.
Oh, cool.
It goes on there, and then now your kids can watch this.
Okay. So for a road trip, this is...
For a big road trip.
Not bad.
No.
If you already own the iPad, then you can have the portable TV in your car.
But again, this one doesn't have a vertical mode.
Okay.
A standing up mode, but it does have that cinema mode.
Right. I'm not sure that the vertical mode is necessary.
I don't think it's as useful.
I don't either.
I like the cinema mode better.
I do too. Actually, so I prefer the feel of the first case.
You know, isn't that the way it is? It's like dating. You know, you can never find everything you want. You want 3 traits from this person and 4 traits from that person.
You have to compromise.
And you have to compromise and get married.
So all in all, I think the ZooGue is probably the smarter choice.
Well, it is called the ZooGue Smart Case.
Well, and it is a smarter choice.
It is a smarter choice.
I think, but I like both.
But for aesthetic reasons.
Yeah.
So this is like the practical girl who you would have dated who had the great personality.
Oh, no.
Whereas this one is sort of like the beauty model, but doesn't do as much.
It's not the smart one, though.
It's not. This is not the smart case. This is the Eco Flip.
Right.
All right. I think we've gone about as far as we can with that. So that is the Marware Eco Flip, $45, and the ZooGue Smart Case. Let us know what you think. Would you take the practicality of the Smart Case over the nicer materials of the Eco, whatever it is? Go to neophyte.tv. www.neo-fight.tv. Let us know. Leave us a comment. Or go to our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/neophyte. And that's where you can sign up to win some of the stuff we review. Which one do you like better?
I actually prefer the ZooGue.
You like the ZooGue?
Z-O-O-G-U-E.
I think you just like saying ZooGue.
I just might. Anything I can say and spell. Anything with smart in the title. I like it.
There you go. And if you have an extra 30 seconds?
Take a look at this.
If you need to make recordings of your computer screen, there's no better tool than Camtasia from TechSmith. In fact, you're watching a screen recording of this video right now.
Camtasia can record your screen, your webcam, and high-quality audio at the same time. It's perfect for training, presentations, podcasts, or any time you need to show what's going on your computer.
Camtasia is easy to use, but it's also extremely powerful. You can turn your screen recordings into high-quality polished video in no time and share them with the world.
And Camtasia is available for the Mac and PCs. If you need to make screen recordings to educate, train, or sell, there's no better tool than Camtasia from TechSmith.